BlackRock just bought a ton of Bitcoin, like the most that they bought in weeks. We have news about Mastercard supporting stablecoin payments here soon. We have a new company, actually a retail favor company that's going to allow trading for 10 million customers, Bitcoin and crypto trading. We have a new multi-billion-dollar company buying over 1,000 Bitcoin. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos like this. I think we are gearing up for a very volatile move. You can see it in the charts. And also, we have a lot of earnings and announcements and economic data coming in the next day or so. So be ready for volatility. It seems like the calm before the storm. If you want to see more videos like this, by the way, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification. It's right next to the subscribe button so you can see videos as soon as they're posted. Also, if you want to trade crypto, there are links underneath the video to Blowfin, to WEEX, to BTCC, BitUniX, Hotcoin, CoinW. You can get sign-up bonuses like this. My Financial Friend Welcome bonus. Actually, I just have a poster. First 100 users get 100 USDT bonus. Of course, there are some different restrictions and things that you have to do, but definitely check that out. If you deposit money on the platform and start trading, you can get some free money. And BTCC has a 10% bonus on first-time deposits. So definitely check out all this underneath the video. As you can see, Bitcoin is looking interesting. Some higher lows, some lower highs, getting real tight here. And the end of this triangle finishes today. Actually, at the very end of the day, these two lines touch. Now, we have some earnings after the bell here today. I've talked about it a lot, so I won't go into the earnings too much, but this is the biggest earnings week by far. Tomorrow we have PCE inflation. So maybe a little bit redundant there, but PCE is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. And yeah, so far the market looks okay, right? Bitcoin's in right at 95,000. It looks like it wants to break out. We're getting good news all over the place too. Mastercard will soon support stablecoin payments. You will be able to spend your stablecoins using your card. With more and more companies coming in the stablecoin space, there's more and more competition. They're going to offer better and better products. Hopefully we get a stablecoin that actually pays yield. I think that definitely is possible. And if you're able to spend your stablecoin using your Mastercard, using your credit card, that's going to be so much easier than having it like in a separate account that you have to go cash out to fiat. And some people want this as opposed to money in a bank because a bank can go bankrupt. I suppose there are always concerns about stablecoins doing the same thing, but again, you have access to your money all the time. It's instant if you want to send it somewhere, and some people want this flexibility. It also lowers the difficulty getting it over to crypto, right? If your money's already in stablecoin, you don't have to wait for withdrawal or transfer or anything like that from a traditional bank. So if something happens and you want to go buy more Bitcoin, or you want to cash out a Bitcoin, or you want to buy an altcoin, or whatever it is, there's less friction, which I think is good for the market. So I like to see this. This just allows more and more people to get acquainted with crypto, with stablecoins. And I think stablecoins are something that's quite easy for people to understand as opposed to something like Ethereum or Bitcoin. BlackRock, talk about a company that does understand Bitcoin. They bought 10,250 Bitcoin yesterday versus 450 mined. Now, some of the other ETFs did have outflows for the day, but BlackRock buying a significant amount, 5 figures in a day. This is now the 7th consecutive day of inflows, and we're talking about 9-figure inflow days. We're just short of $1 billion on a couple of the inflow days. But yesterday, yeah, like I said, BlackRock almost bought $1 billion themselves. Now, obviously, the market has been really hot the last week. People like to say, well, what's happening? How can these entities buy so much and the price isn't going up? Keep in mind, when this inflow started, right? Like, let's look, the 17th, it was just a small inflow, and then really we had more on the 21st. But 17th was back here. Bitcoin was around 84,000. Since then, since we started getting the green days for the ETFs, we're up $10,000. So yeah, the fact is the market has been moving up. And if we continue to get big inflow days like this, the market's going to continue to rally hard. Grant Cardone buying some Bitcoin. to acquire over 1,000 Bitcoin from his $5 billion business. Think what you will about Grant Cardone, but this is one more company that will provide more buying pressure to Bitcoin, that will continue to take Bitcoin out of the supply. And yeah, another $1 billion company buying Bitcoin, pretty positive there. We also know that SoFi is going to launch Bitcoin and crypto trading for 10 million customers, according to their CEO. SoFi was forced to drop Bitcoin futures back in 2023 when it became a regulated bank under the Biden administration. Now they can go forward with their plans. So 10 million people now gaining access to Bitcoin and crypto. We also know that these apps, it's pretty popular for people to buy Bitcoin and buy crypto on these apps, right? They already have money loaded on it. They're already comfortable with the product, right? When someone gets $300 or $500 or $1,000 or something like that, and they want to go put into Bitcoin, they oftentimes use something like Robinhood, PayPal, SoFi. There are a lot of people that are onboarded to this every quarter as well. They're growing. So yeah, this is positive. This allows more people to get access to the assets that they want to buy, like Bitcoin and crypto. Now, I also saw some interesting news from the administration on tariffs. Apparently, there's a bit of controversy over this. This morning, Amazon announced that they would show the cost of President Trump's tariffs on some products. So it says every product, but not every product or each product, just on some of the products. Just now, the White House responded, calling this a hostile and political act. And Amazon fell down 2% on this news. But then Amazon gave out a statement. The team that runs our ultra low cost Amazon Haul store was considering listing import charges on certain products. This was never a consideration for the main site, and nothing has been implemented on any Amazon properties. Wow, okay. That's crazy that a stock can fall 2%. Something as big as Amazon can fall 2% just because of something that was like a thought to do on their website. Like, talk about something that is transitory, but like transitory of transitory. Like, that's pretty crazy. Now it's almost recovered the 2%. But yeah, that Amazon, I think, is undervalued still. And like stupid stuff like this provides little buying opportunities to be able to get in at cheaper prices. Like I said, I think Bitcoin's in a pretty good spot as well. It looks like it wants to break out here, but who knows? We could always see some volatility to the downside as well. We do have those big earnings coming up, as I said. Earlier today, we had PayPal. We had, let's see what else, Spotify. We had UPS, JetBlue, Coca-Cola, Pfizer, Altria. Later today, we have Visa, Starbucks, Snapchat. So be on the lookout for those. Like I said, even more big news over the next 2 days with Microsoft, Meta, Robinhood, Qualcomm, Amazon, Apple, Riot, Microsoft. I already said that. Mastercard and McDonald's. So yeah, be ready. Tons of volatility coming. We are very close to like the top side of this range. We've gotten rejected right at 95.7 a couple times. So yeah, I think we're looking good, but let me know your thoughts underneath the video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want some of those bonuses just to start trading, like the market turns risk on very quickly. And if you do want to leverage trade, I think now is still a chance where you can get in when we're not breaking to new all-time highs, when there's still some uncertainty. But any moment, the tariffs could be called off, or there could be some resolution to war in Ukraine or whatever it is, right? There could be some resolution and we could spike up. And yeah, I do have some long positions in place for that kind of moment. Let me know your thoughts, though. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one.